Mic test, mic check. Ooh, I know some of you guys have been looking for me because I've been away for what, a week? I think it's been a week, right? My last live was, I didn't go live since Monday because we were just so busy. So I'm trying to make up for tonight's session. So, good evening, everyone. Tonight's going to be another interesting topic. We're going to be asking our viewers, should we require employees to evaluate their bosses? Is there merit to that? Will it yield better bosses at the end of the day? Will it also make employees more conscious about how they treat their managers and how they interact with their bosses? So, we're going to talk about that for today's session. Could you please give me an exclamation mark if you're up to discuss the topic? We'll appreciate that, please. I no audio ulit ako. Wait. No audio daw. I wonder why. Wait a minute, ha. No audio. Just wait. Let me just check. No audio, really? Let me check also. To, sige. How about this one? Is this good? No audio still. Sorry, guys. TikTok folks are asking me that there is no audio. Still no audio. Can I just check viewers on TikTok if you can hear me loud and clear? Yes? Still not working? Wow. Wait, ha. Let me do something about this. Oh, ayan. Wait. While we're waiting for my audio to work, checking the participants. What is the topic for tonight? You can just check the caption. Topic for tonight is, should we require employees to evaluate their leaders and their managers? Seryoso, no audio pa rin. I feel bad. No audio pa rin for TikTok. Still no audio? TikTok? No? Bakit kaya? I wonder why there's no audio. Okay, sige. If there is no audio, let me see if this one works. I have taken out, unfortunately, my microphone. Is this okay now? So I'm not going to be that clear, but at least I will be speaking loud now. Ayan, still none? Really? That is weird. Okay, wait. Bakit kaya hindi gumagana ang audio ko? Still no audio? Okay. Nako, that's weird, ha? Let me just check if my audio... Wait, let me check if I... What if happens kaya if I ano? Okay, how about this one? Still no audio? No sound? Gosh, sorry guys, Hindi, sa Facebook, sa LinkedIn at sa YouTube gumagana ang audio ko. Pero sa TikTok daw hindi. Wait, here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to deactivate TikTok and let me see if it's gonna work again. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna be asking the participants now on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, because you guys can hear me loud and clear. Could you please let me know if you're in agreement with our topic for tonight? Do you think that employees should be required to evaluate their boss? Meaning, once a year or twice a year, they have to fill out a form. They have to evaluate their bosses. Perhaps HR is going to design a certain paper that says, from a scale of 1 to 5, evaluate your manager based on the following criteria. Are you guys okay with that? Yes? So we're going to be checking that in tonight's session. Please let me know if you agree with that instead. Nagtataka ako, bakit kaya walang audio yung ano ko? Check ko lang, ha. Let me just check. I wonder why my TikTok is not working. Let me check also. Wait. Ang hassle naman ito. Okay, let me check if this was... Mic test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ayan, gumagana naman siya. Sige, let me check. Baka there's something wrong with TikTok. Baka... Let's see if... So I'm looking at the chat box right now. People are saying agree. You might want to check TikTok mic settings if it's enabled. Let me see. I've never had this problem on TikTok. So, sad naman kung hindi siya gagana. Okay, sige. Let's see if this is gonna work. I hope it does work now, finally. Okay, let's see this if this is gonna work again. Okay. Looking at the chat box now, agree. Lara Bondoc says in Facebook, oh yes, I hope the environment in their workplace is open to constructive criticisms. Not all companies, unfortunately, are open to that. I mean, let's face it, guys, it's going to be awkward for bosses to do that because you're put into a certain pedestal. And so you don't want to feel like you're vulnerable because your people can now give you constructive criticism or pull you down, if ever. So I can understand why some managers will not like this also. Okay. Okay, I am checking my TikTok now. Folks on TikTok, could you please let me know if I am now audible? Otherwise, I can't do much. I can't stop the session. So I'm going to be focusing instead on Facebook and LinkedIn. 𝗬𝗵𝗂𝗶𝘂𝗹𝗆 is asking, I'm about to give an exit interview. Should I tell everything? I fear that they might take it against me. If you think that your industry is such a close-knit industry that people are going to talk about each other, I will discourage you to do that because someone might just say the worst things about you, which might be a reason why you will not be hired in other companies. I'll give an example. The advertising industry is like this. So sometimes the owner of another company and the creative director of another company just talk to each other and they might just gang up on you as well, unfortunately. Okay, folks on TikTok, are you guys hearing me now? Just want to check. Please give me a thumbs up or let me know if you can hear me. Okay, another one. Jericho Mariano. That will also serve as a feedback to them since the upper management does not know how they handle people. Agree. At the end of the day, no one will find out if they are good leaders if they're not given feedback. Not all leaders are going to be asking for this. Not all leaders will say, oh, Joanna, oh, Anna, it's my turn now. Could you please let me know if you think that I'm a good leader for you? Right? Ooh. Still no audio on TikTok, unfortunately. So I think, bakit kaya? I'm sorry, guys, if I'm still not audible on TikTok. If that is the case, I guess it's really I don't know if it's my... How about this one? Still not audible. Let me check nga. What if it's, let's say it's my... Okay, how about this one? Still none. Am I still no audio? Still none. I'm looking at 𝗬𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗃 on Facebook is saying yes, so that it's just not just a one-way feedback. I believe great leaders will understand. True. Amazing leaders will always be open for feedback because they're after their own improvement also. Okay, no audio still. Why is there no audio on TikTok? I wonder why. Sige nga, let me check nga. No audio TikTok. Let me do that. No audio on TikTok. Let me see if this is gonna work. Bakit daw updates? Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I can't. I just have to restart my TikTok. Sorry for that. Okay. So one more. Lara Bondoc is saying on Facebook, my previous manager is even asking us what she can do better. I've learned so much from her. Very good. When I was in 𝗲𝗵𝗾𝗀, my former company, it's a pharmaceutical company, there is a certain box that you have to fill out. It's required by HR. And it says there, what do you think are the points of improvement and the points of strengths of your own manager? And this is good because you hold your manager accountable. Your manager cannot just ask you everything that they want you to do. If it's not going to be unfair, they know that this will be taken against them in their own evaluation. So it mitigates certain managers who are irresponsible with their roles. I am for that evaluation. What I do think is going to be tricky is that some managers may take it against you. And so, therefore, it can sever the relationship between the employee and the leader. And let's face it, not every manager is mature enough to take constructive criticism. They always think that I am perfect, I'm always right, I'm the one in the position, therefore, just follow what you need to do. Right? Okay, let's look at some more answers from the participants. Dala ko ba yung isa ko pang ano? Sana dala ko yung isa kong... Where is my other... How do you call this phone? Let me check if I have my other phone. Wala eh. Unfortunately, I can't go live on TikTok now because the settings are really just not working. Okay. 𝗬𝗵𝗂𝗋𝗃 is asking... okay, sorry. Na pala yung kanina. Okay. This one is from YouTube, from Cecilia Magat. And she's asking on YouTube as well. What about 360-degree feedback? What do you think of requiring other employees to give feedback about their fellow employees? I am for it. I remember when I was, again, 𝗲𝗃_𝗹𝗆, my company before, we were required to nominate 3 other colleagues. So we were given the chance to choose which people are going to give us feedback. And then they're also going to be evaluating us based on a set of criteria. They have to fill out the boxes. This was good because that means that evaluation is not monopolized by the manager. However, I do think that it can be biased. Why? The tendency of the employee is to only choose certain colleagues that they know are going to give them good ratings. That's the catch. So if I were to make it more objective and if I were to make it fairer, I will require instead the employee to give me a set of 30 or 20 names, but I will not know which of the 20 names are going to be picked. So from the 20 names that I will nominate, the HR will probably select 3, something like that. Or it's just pure anonymity, meaning HR is just going to decide 3 people that they know have direct interactions with you or have direct dotted lines with you. And without you knowing, they will be giving you feedback. So there. Again, it's going to have that slight tension, possibly, because if a colleague gives you a bad rating, you might take some grudges against that employee, which is not going to be good relationship-wise for the company. Right? So I do think that enabling colleagues, including your managers, to give feedback is only going to be effective if everyone in the company is mature enough. The culture is very tight. The expectations are solid. There is a level of high trust that people know that when someone gives you constructive feedback, it is not because they want to put you down. It's because they want you to be better. So I will admit, on paper, this might be a good idea, but it may not be executed well in certain companies, such that the intention is good, but it might even go worse when it's delivered. So take it with a grain of salt again. 𝗲𝗵𝗂𝗋𝗃 is saying, evaluation does not necessarily mean that it's negative feedback immediately. It can be something that's positive and encouraging. If it's negative, better to know it right away rather than be stabbed behind your back. That does not solve anything. Agree, Mel? Remember, feedback, I think we have this misconception that feedback is always a bad thing. That's it. Feedback is also a praise, a recognition. Totally agree. Okay, 𝗲𝗵𝗪 is saying on Facebook, this is a good topic. In a big company or team, what would be the better option in getting feedback to make it anonymous or in a way to know from where it came from? Oh, so Arvin, I just mentioned that a while ago. You can nominate 30 or 20 names and then HR decides which of the 20 names will be chosen instead. Because it will be biased if you're the one who chooses the people who's going to evaluate you. Okay, Jericho Mariano says, parang lugi yung isa or dalawa ka lang under sa manager, no? Ang daling ma-identify kung kanino galing yung feedback. Well, Jericho, the idea here is you need to be transparent that the feedback is coming from this person. Why? You want to know which which of your employees is asking for that feedback. You want to know which one did you not perform well with. So this is just me, but personally, I am not a big fan of anonymous feedback because it encourages people to say bad things about others, and it takes out their accountability that if you're going to say something bad, or if you're going to call out something that they did wrong, and they don't know who you are, you have a tendency, therefore, to exaggerate what they have accomplished or what they've done wrong. So I will prefer, it's just like, guys, it's just like TikTok or Facebook. When people have 0 friends and their profile photo is not even a photo of a person, it's a photo of what? Fruits, vegetables, or animals. They're more likely to troll around. I will say this, on TikTok, ang dami naming trolls. A lot of people, comment ruthlessly about our videos. And usually when you click those people, those are the people who have 0 followers, 0 posts. I think they derive happiness just by lurking around and giving bad comments with others. Wilbert Ong, I like this. Usually people do not give feedback unless it is negative feedback. That's true. I think most of us think of feedback as negative, and therefore, if it's something that's good, they think of it as, well, it's a given. It's expected. You're being paid for that. But let's remember that when people are reinforced positively, it reminds them that it is something that they ought to do again and again. So let's be as generous in giving positive feedback as we do when we give negative feedback. I agree. Thank you, Wilbert, for reminding us. Okay. Someone is asking, question, is it right to write or list down? Okay, I can't understand this one. Pagpasok mo, susulat mo, ano ginawa mo from 8 to 5 p.m., list it every day. Is that right? I think this person is asking, is it proper that you're being required by your boss to list down all of your tasks? I will say it's not bad, but not on a daily basis. When I was in my former companies, we would do this on every Monday morning. We call it as a project list meeting. So from Monday, we're going to be telling our manager what are my tasks from Monday to Friday and identify the priority level of each task. And then by Friday or the next Monday, I'm going to report what were the progress for each task that I've done. I don't think it will hurt if you do that on a weekly basis. I think it can be disruptive to the point that it's becoming unproductive from your end if you're being required to do that every day. And I understand there are certain industries and certain companies who do that as part of their scrum in project management. I totally get you. That will be the exemptions to the rule because there might be something so critical about your projects. But in general roles, I don't think you have to do it every day. A person who's going to require you to do that is a person who is insecure and does not trust that you will be able to get the job done. Exactly. So the person saying company Menil is saying, di ba trust issues yun? Exactly my point. Someone who keeps on asking you to report about your task is someone who does not trust you at all. Or, I'm going to flip the table, is someone that you haven't proven yet to that you are worthy of being left on your own. Marie Blanco is saying, it's good to get negative and positive feedback at the same time so that it's more balanced. Dun mo makikita kung objective talaga ang feedback. I agree. If you have a manager who just keeps on giving you negative feedback, it's a bad manager. Unless, of course, there's really nothing good about you. I do think that's rare because I always think that there is goodness to everyone, and you should not have been hired in the first place if they did not see any value from you. So you have to put some balance. You also have to understand and you have to empathize that people are human beings. We do more and we go beyond expectations if people recognize our own worth. Right? So I would do both. An example of this is your typical sandwich technique. You give a negative feedback, but you also have to have a positive feedback in between. 𝗏𝗏Watson is asking on YouTube. Maybe this is out of topic, but may I ask if physical appearance, like for example, the person looks nice or the person looks assertive or brave, should be the basis if qualified to be a leader or not? It should not be the basis, because you're looking at consistency of performance. However, let's face it, at the end of the day, the world is all about packaging. There are certain leaders who, just because they are relatively taller, are perceived to be more commanding and authoritative. That's how life is. Is life unfair? Yes, it is. But you have to understand that human beings are always about survival. And part of survival is looking at someone's appearance. If someone looks nice, you gravitate towards them. Why? You think that this person is not going to kill you. If someone looks too threatening, you also avoid them. Why? Because you think that your life is in danger. So you can't blame people if they will always judge by looks. First impressions are wrong, but first impressions are going to last. Okay. Okay. JVC is asking, when your project reached and was noticed by top management, especially executive position, what is the probability of the project owner or author to be promoted to the following year? It depends, because excelling in one project is just half the story. The other question is, you excelled, but did you exhibit behaviors of leadership? Did you exhibit behaviors of networking? Do people think that you're going to last long in the company? I'm going to say this, there are going to be unfair criteria wherein sometimes managers and HR will say, but I think it's not going to last long in this company. I think he's actively pursuing other companies. He's doing job interviews right now. So when they have that perception about you, they will not promote you because they don't think you deserve it. There are going to be people like that. So promotion is not purely based on technical competency. It's also based on behavioral competency. It's also based on likability. I will say this, it's likability as well. You might be able to send the fastest emails. You may be able to deliver the best sales. But people don't like your foul mouth. People don't like it that you're always nosing around. People don't like that you're always putting others down in a meeting. They're not going to promote you also. Okay? Okay, let's look at some more questions. By the way, good questions tonight from our participants, so thank you for that. Okay. Okay, here's another question from YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube. This is based on Facebook. So June Manuel is asking, what if the evaluation is not true? Meaning the employee does not give proper evaluation. How will you react, especially if you have proof? Challenge it. Challenge it. Have a heart-to-heart conversation about it. And always, and this is why you have to keep receipts. That's why you document conversations on emails, right? If you can record meetings. For example, I do this when I think that a Zoom meeting or let's say a phone call is going to be a very critical conversation. I'm going to record it because push comes to shove. I want to be able to have proof that this person said this and this. A lot of people are going to deny. Let's face it. Some people are going to look out for their own interests. So it's better to also keep your own receipts. Okay, Ezra Asebron is asking on Facebook, if everyone in your team is a high performer and has quarterly good record, in what areas can you evaluate them more? This is for a fast-paced design agency. Okay, depends on what you mean by high performing. But high performing for me, let's say for example, if you guys are doing what? Design. Okay. If it's design, don't just judge someone's performance based on how artistic they are. Look at how they manage relationships. Client and agency will always have tensions. They will always have conflicts. In times of conflicts, how is this person able to manage that? So let's say, for example, if a client is so pushy about a deadline, they gave the instructions on an afternoon, they want immediate results in the evening. If I was the agency owner, I want my people to also know how to push back and make it realistic and say, I would love to finish this task right now. However, 3 hours is impossible because you only gave this an hour ago or 3 hours ago. That is also a measure of competency because it's not just purely about artistic expression. It's about management skills. So I'm going to measure and evaluate them based on those metrics also. At the end of the day, if someone is going to get promoted, they will not be the one designing anymore. They will be approving designs of their people. They will be managing the schedules of their people. So leadership skills must also be evaluated. Okay, Ezra? I hope that covers your question. Okay, Jessie Tolentino is asking, what advice would you give a leader who does not confront his or her subordinate about issues? Instead, he or she lets everyone be involved in addressing the issue through social media and unbecoming of an effective leader. If I was one of the direct reports, I will do a heart-to-heart talk with my boss and say that this is not gonna work out long run, right? Confrontation is an important skill that a leader must have. The ability to handle awkward conversation is as essential as oxygen for any leader. You cannot just apply silent treatment. You cannot pass this on to others. It's also unbecoming of a leader. It also shows immaturity that you don't know how to converse and convey the message. It means you are afraid that people are going to step on you or that you're going to hurt their feelings, right? In the first place, this person is not a leadership, does not possess leadership. Okay? So I would explain to them the consequences if they keep on doing something like this. Okay. Okay, 𝗬𝗵𝗂𝗶𝘂𝗹𝗆 again. Let's answer this question. Sorry, this is out of topic. No worries. Remember, our conversation is not just exclusive to the topic of the night. You can always ask questions about anything under the sun involving your career. So She is asking, I had an interview last week. I learned that the owner had a bad experience with previous Filipino partners and has trust issues. Are these red flags? Your thoughts? Not a red flag, but it will be a caution because sometimes when they tend to stereotype certain nationalities, it lowers their trust level. Of course, you might take it from a different perspective, which is, well, if that's the case, I'm going to change his perspective about Filipinos. I want him to know that Filipinos are amazing. So that's up to you, and that's up to your tolerance. Okay? I would give it a try. I would give it 2 to 3 months and see how the person treats me. If I think that there is persistent unfair treatment that I've noticed is not being exercised with other nationalities, I'm going to call it out. If your risk, your ability, your appetite for risk is very low, then I don't think you should take on this job. Okay? Okay, Ferdinand, Rieta, what feedback should we give to a manager that doesn't mentor us and doesn't monitor our work? First, before you even give that as a feedback to your manager, I want to ask first, have you ever considered proactively asking for mentorship from your boss? Say something like, boss, I need support and assistance on this. As much as I am aware on how to do X, Y, and Z, I am not familiar about A, B, and C, and I understand that you're the one who knows this part. Can I ask for help? Okay? I want you to explicitly say that to your manager. And if your manager continues to ignore you and continues to wash their hands off, that's when I will confront them. I will ask for a one-to-one conversation, say, boss, I would love to excel in what I do. Unfortunately, if I will not be able to get mentorship or tutelage from you, the project will not be able to move on. I would take on that first step. The second thing I'll do is I will probably probe with other team members or other departments if they are also experiencing the same thing. Why is it important? Sometimes you might have paranoia that you're the only one who's being treated like this. But in other situations, people think that you're just exaggerating it. So validate if this leader does the same thing to everyone. Because if you validated that, then that means you're on the right track. Which leads me to number 3. Call out and ask for support from other senior leaders. This is where you might want HR to intervene. This is where you might want to ask help from other senior leaders and tell them your dilemma and ask for advice. Again, take it with a grain of salt because sometimes even members of HR or other senior leaders may be chummy and good friends with your manager. So it even makes it worse if you tell it to them. So choose your battles also. Okay? Ooh. Okay, Arvin Maklang. Sir Jonathan, what is your recommendation to help decide what strategy to decide what type or strategy in providing feedback is appropriate to a specific type of person? Like, when is the best time to use sandwich technique or when to be direct? I will, so again, sandwich technique, positive, negative, positive. You sandwich as a verb. You sandwich the negative in between so that the positive is going to soften the impact of the blow. When is the best time to give sandwich technique? When the person is not yet emotionally mature. It is best for younger folks who might think that if you give them a constructive feedback, they will take it against you. And they might think that you are the kontrabida or the villain. Okay? I will, however, not use the sandwich technique if the person is already mature, and yet, because I'm giving a lot of positive feedback, it dilutes the message that they have to work on something. The bad thing about the sandwich technique is that it makes people think, oh, my boss talked to me. There are two good things. There's only one bad thing. So I guess that means the bad things are forgivable. I don't need to work on it. Okay? Again, tricky part, you have, this is why leadership is a trial and error method. Can I get an exclamation mark if you agree? It's a trial and error. When you meet someone for the first time on the first 2 weeks, your technique was not working out well, you have to adjust. You have to change your style. You cannot keep on imposing that your style is the only style that works. That's not leadership. That is dictatorship. Okay? So sometimes I'm going to be a mother hen. Mother hen meaning I am going to be so optimistic when someone is late. Rather than calling them out, I will say, oh, you're late again. I'm going to forgive you on this, but I don't want it to be repeated next time. Make sure you ask for the minutes of meeting from your colleague. So that's a mother hen style. A commander style is when you probably say to your colleagues, you're late again. If you do this again, this might just be the last meeting you'll ever have in this company. That's very threatening. My point is, depending on your style and depending on who the person is, you need to recalibrate if this current style is still working on them. And then you need to change. Leaders are chameleons. Okay? All right. Ooh, I like this question from Carmela. I think we can cover 3 more questions, guys. I would love to continue, but I said we usually have to do this session for 1 hour, but we got things to do tonight. So I'm sorry. And by the way, before we end, we're going to give away tickets to our upcoming workshops. Do you see this? See that? September 29 to September 30. We're going to give away tickets. All you need to do is to share this live stream on your Facebook feed, LinkedIn feed, and YouTube feed. Okay? Please do that. And we'll be asking a trivia question later on. So while we're doing that, please share this live stream now. So I'm going to answer this question from Carmela. How can you raise a feedback to a manager that uses working hours for her or his personal businesses that is not related to work? I'm scratching my neck because I've met a person like this. You know what I did to this person before when I did that? This is my style. But what I will do is that rather than immediately confronting them, I will box them into a situation where people will catch them that they were doing something personal. Like, for example, going to the bank in the middle of the day. You know what I will do? I will schedule a meeting inviting that manager, including my other teammates, at the time that I know that they're going to be out for their personal errands. Because when they are required to be in that meeting, they are now also required to explain their excuse why they can't be available. Okay? And when they do that in front of me, I will ask, okay, pero boss, maybe it's something that we can do later on because it's currently working hours. Okay? So I will do something like that. I've done that to some of my managers in the past. However, I'm going to flip the table again. You have to choose your battles. There are moments wherein calling out your manager and making it look like they've been caught might make your manager go against you and make your manager make your job even more of a hell. So tread in cautious waters. Sometimes, I don't like this response, but I will say this. Sometimes the best way to manage this type of person is to focus on other things rather than call this out. Right? Turn a blind eye for now. Okay? I hate giving that type of advice. But I will say this, there are moments wherein rubbing and scratching the wound might even make it worse. Okay? So gauge your relationship with your manager. If you think you have a good relationship, then I think you can call them out. If you're still new with this manager, or here's one more, try to ask your other colleagues if they've also noticed the same thing. Try to ask for advice. What do you do when the situation also happens? Okay? I'm going to add one more. This is not a good advice, but this is something that you will see in films. When you catch a manager use their working hours for their personal time, it now gives you license that you can also do the same thing for yourself. Okay, I've seen people like that. Okay, manager's going to the bank at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Then I guess I can do the same thing. So when my manager is going to look for me, I'm going to tell them the same thing. I also went to the bank. Okay, I don't want people to fall into that trap, but I've seen them also do it. Okay, Nadine Rembas. Second to the last question, we'll cover this. I am performing well in my current role, and my manager keeps on giving me kudos and told me that he's happy with how I work, but he doesn't really give much constructive criticism. Should I be worried already? Nadine, I don't think you should be worried. I do think, however, that you should help your manager be more frank. So what I will do is that when you do your evaluation, you directly ask them, boss, I appreciate that you've been giving me a lot of praises and recognition, but also I think that the best way to grow is to understand my points of improvement. So may I ask for 3 things that you think I need to improve on as well? And please do not be worried if your concern is that I will feel bad about it. I will not. I will take it professionally. In fact, I will even be more disappointed if you don't have any criticisms about my performance, because I do think I have space to improve on. Say something like that. LinkedIn user, do you have a receipt provided? Of course, we do have ORs for our workshops. Okay, April Villegas. Let's do this before we give away our prizes now. The company gives us 15 days vacation leave and 15 sick leave, which the unused of the latter is convertible to cash. Very good. Is it fair to have the 10 days of the vacation leave be a scheduled leave, meaning the 10 days will be scheduled at the start of the year? This is to avoid misuse or mismanagement of leaves, and strict implementation of the use of sick leave, meaning that when an employee calls for a leave on a Monday, it will be charged to a sick leave. Okay, April, I can understand that the company is trying to mitigate certain things here. I agree that you should not be fighting sick leave always on a Monday, because that's going to be dubious. I disagree, however, if your vacation leave is required to be taken at a certain time. What I will do instead is I will ask my people, you have to consume your vacation leave. You don't need to do it at this certain day, but I want you to consume them for the rest of the year. I do something like that. If your company is requiring you to use it at the start of the year, it defeats the purpose of being a vacation leave. It's not a vacation leave. You're supposed to take a vacation leave at your own prerogative, at your own time, at your own pace, with the objective that you wanted to accomplish in mind. Okay? If that is your question, April, I hope I was able to answer it. Okay, June Manuel, about the usage of the time work doing personal, is it okay to report them to HR? I would. Again, the same thing that I did. Anything that involves unethical practices, I'd like to believe, must be reported to HR or must be consulted with another senior manager. Case in point, you can tell it to the boss of the boss. But tread it again under cautious waters. And the reason for that is because sometimes it even gets worse if you tell on someone to the authorities. Okay? June Manuel is asking, are there whistleblower programs in the company? This would be good. This is the part where, and I think anonymity is going to be valid. Why? People are not willing to call out others if they think that the relationship is going to be severed for calling them out. Okay? Okay, team, let me give away now our prizes. Can I get a letter R if you're all ready for our trivia question? So the mechanics are simple. I'm asking you a trivia question. The first two people who will be able to answer my question on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook, each of you is going to win all the tickets. See this? All of these, that one, all of these. You will win the tickets for all the workshops September 29 to September 30. That's 3 weeks from now. Each ticket is 1,299 pesos. And get this, not only it's just going to be you who's going to attend, you can bring a +1 in the session. Why? I totally understand sometimes some people can be shy to attend on their own. So it will be great to tag along someone in the workshop. Okay? So leadership in the hybrid work era, level up your social media marketing, boost your confidence, and email etiquette and business writing. If you do not win the tickets but you'd like to attend, you can go to our website. You see that? Enroll in our career workshops, johnyabbott.com/talks. You see that? Go to that website. You can buy your tickets in our website. Okay, if you guys are ready, here is my question. The category for tonight is, excuse me, the category for tonight is science. Are you guys okay with this? Specifically, this is going to be, you guys are ready? Specifically, it's going to be about botany. Are you guys okay with that? Yes? If you guys are ready, my question is this. What type, no, not type, more of a categorical question, okay? Is tomato a vegetable or a fruit? So you have to type your answer. Is tomato a vegetable or a fruit? Okay, I'll give you a few seconds for this. Right? So I think a lot of people, a lot of people are answering now. And it seems like a lot of people are getting the correct answer. So, ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is, botanically, a tomato is a fruit. Why? A fruit needs to involve certain elements. Number one, they have to be formed from a flower. And number two, that they contain seeds. And if you notice, all of these are met as a criteria by the tomato. So it is a fruit. So ladies and gentlemen, my two winners are, okay? And by the way, for those who are asking, how do you claim your prize? I am typing it now in the chat box. For those who happen to be the winner, please make sure that you claim your prize in the website that I am going to post shortly. Okay? So my winners are the following. On Facebook, my first winner is Arvin Joseph Maclang. My second winner on Facebook is Nadine Rembas. You know, these names are very familiar. Feeling ko nanalo na kayo before. And that's fine with me, by the way. My winners, on the other hand, for LinkedIn, YouTube muna tayo. First winner on YouTube is JC Lin. JC Lin, congratulations. My next winner on LinkedIn is Leoniel Real Mendiola. Congratulations. It is a fruit. The next winner on LinkedIn is Carmela Armero. Congratulations. Also a fruit. And finally, nako, mali ang ating sagot sa YouTube. I don't have another winner on YouTube anymore, which means I will just pick another winner from LinkedIn. And my other winner on LinkedIn is Myra Riva Monte. Congratulations to all the winners. How do you claim your prize? I am putting it now in the chat box. Please click on the link. We have taken note of your names. Please indicate your name and your +1, and we will see you on, again, September 29. These are all the schedules up until September 30. All the workshops are going to be conducted at the SMX Convention Center in Fort BGC in Aura. People have been asking us, John, Do you also conduct these workshops privately? Of course, 99% of the time. That's what we do for a living. We get invited for those workshops. By the way, can I just do a shout out? I had an amazing time conducting a one-day leadership workshop for the folks of Schneider, located in Rosario, Cavite. Schneider is a multinational company involved in electronics. Interestingly, our workshop was from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. So you can just imagine the energy I had to give. But these guys were just so bibo, so amazing. I didn't feel like we were doing it in the middle, wee hours of the morning. So thank you for inviting me in the workshop 2 days ago. Okay. Congratulations to all the winners again. Right? And of course, if you guys are interested, you can get copies of our best-selling books available in National Bookstore, available in Fully Booked, also available in Lazada and Shopee. Go to our official store. The title is Official Store of 𝗏𝗵𝗂𝗹𝗏. Please do that. Okay? Oh, Nadine Rembas is saying on Facebook, I will be out of the country on those dates. Okay. O sige. If that is the case, Nadine, let me call out another winner. Let me go farther to the top of the responses. The winner that will be replacing Nadine Rembas is going to be instead Mr. Gilbert Pedroso. Congratulations. Gilbert, could you please give me an exclamation mark in the chat box? Just so I know that you are confirming that you're also attending. Otherwise, papamigay ko to sa iba. Okay? Congratulations. Okay, that's it. So, gladiators in suits. By the way, if anyone knows how I can fix my TikTok because my audio is still not working, please give me a shout out. Give me a DM para maayos ko because I want to go live on TikTok finally. Okay? Thank you for having us. I will go live tomorrow. I promise that because we're going to have a pretty much empty day in the afternoon. I will, however, perhaps go live earlier, around 6 or 7 p.m. because I have to go out for dinner at night. But we'll see you. I have to make up for it because I've only conducted one live stream for the week. I'm always aiming for 2 times every week. Okay? Stay safe. I hope you catch us. You can listen to our podcast. See this one? That's our podcast, 𝗏𝗵𝗂𝗋𝗋.com/podcast, available on Spotify. We talk about career management, public speaking, leadership, etc. Please do catch us as well. Okay? And I hope we get to see you in our session. Uy, last na lang. Donna Cruz on YouTube is asking, I'm interested in attending your workshop. Can I purchase a recorded video? Yes. We do have online courses available in our website, jonathanyabutt.com or johnyabutt.com/talks. I'm going to repeat. See, my dog Asta now is... How did you get here? Okay, he's the street dog that I adopted, by the way. Okay, johnyabutt.com/talks is where you can get our recorded online courses. It's only 499 pesos each. We have about 9 topics on public speaking, business writing, and the like. Okay, free tickets will be given away tomorrow in our live stream. Remember, I may not be able to go live at 8 or 9. I'll probably go live either 6 or 7 p.m. instead. Okay? Catch you guys. Thank you for joining me in tonight's session. Thank you for the energy. Stay safe and always aspire for a better version of yourselves. Thank you.